There once lived a man named Patuve in India, around 1700 to 1800 years ago. He resided in a small, dilapidated house with his wife and 2 children. Each day, he faced the struggle of finding food. Oftentimes, there was just enough for the kids, while he and his wife went to bed on empty stomachs. This unfortunate cycle persisted day after day. One fateful night, as he lay asleep in his home, an unusual dream visited him. In this dream, he found himself leaving his house, his children, and his wife behind. After a while, he noticed a figure seated in a magnificent chariot, drawn by horses. The divine figure shone brightly, radiating warmth like the sun. As he tried to approach, the brilliance was blinding. Surprisingly, the figure dimmed the light, allowing the man to see him clearly. The divine figure wore a resplendent red dhoti, adorned with crocodile-shaped gold and pearl earrings. His necklace sparkled with precious gems, diamonds, rubies, sapphires, and emeralds. His hair cascaded in beautiful curls, topped with a divine crown, encrusted with jewels not found on earth. The sight of this ethereal being overwhelmed the man, causing him to faint. Upon seeing the Patuve unconscious, the divine figure sprinkled holy water on his face, helping him awaken and sit up in the chariot and said, "I am Inaya." He offered the Patuve blessed food, milk, and fruits. The Patuve consumed them joyfully, momentarily believing he had reached paradise. Suddenly, the harsh reality struck him. He remembered his family's hunger and felt regret for indulging alone. The divine Inaya inquired, "Why do you look so troubled, Patuve?" The Patuve recounted his struggles, unsure if he was alive or merely dreaming. The divine Inaya chuckled softly, "I understand your plight. I have brought you here using your astral body and present you with a gift so you can come out of your struggles. You are not dead." With a look of hope and hunger, the Patuve asked, "Will you truly help me escape this?" The divine Inaya affirmed, "Yes, Patuve, but you must abide by certain rules to succeed." Eagerly, the Patuve agreed and pleaded, folding his hands and kneeling before the divine Inaya, begging for the rules. 1. I grant you 1 sacred ruby along with the following instructions. 2. Each day, you must bathe and worship with a pure heart before sunrise. Hatred must be absent from your thoughts. Picture 90 gold coins among 100, which this ruby will provide. 3. From those 100 coins, dedicate 20 for social endeavors, digging wells, feeding animals, and caring for them. 4. Of the remaining 80 coins, 20 must go to charity, aiding those in need. 5. Set aside another 20 coins for agricultural initiatives, for planting seeds and growing vegetables. 6. In the next 40 coins, contribute 10 to the kings and another 10 for temples. 7. Finally, from the last 20 coins, offer 10 to Brahmins, while the remaining 10 are for your personal use. Accepting these rules with joy, the Patuve felt hopeful. The divine Inaya bestowed the sacred ruby upon him and touched his forehead, sending him home. Awakening abruptly, the Patuve gasped for breath, drenched in sweat and bewilderment. His wife, startled by his cries, sat up in shock. "Where did you get this? Did you rob the king?" she exclaimed, tears streaming down her face. The man soothed her, sharing the incredible story of how he received the sacred ruby. Relieved yet astonished, she listened intently, and that night, they slept soundly. The following morning, they rose before dawn to worship the sacred ruby, closing their eyes in prayer, hoping for the promised gold coins. The Patuve and his wife's joy knew no bounds as they beheld the gold coins manifesting before their eyes. At last, relief from their hardships seemed possible. The Patuve decided to distribute the 100 gold coins. He gave 10 to his wife for household repairs. The remaining 90 coins were allocated according to the divine Inaya instructions, and this routine continued for several days. Eventually, the king noticed the daily offerings of 10 gold coins and wondered about the Patuve's newfound wealth. Summoning him to the palace, the king questioned the source of his riches. The Patuve shared about the sacred ruby without revealing its secret. Suddenly, the king demanded the ruby, but the Patuve hesitated to comply. The king dismissed him, opting not to exert his power to seize it, as he believed it would be greedy. Days passed when the Patuve's brother-in-law visited. Intrigued, he listened as the wife recounted their story. Eager to learn more, he eagerly waited for an opportunity to examine the ruby. One day, when the couple stepped out, he seized the chance to investigate how the ruby worked and where the gold coins originated. He took the ruby, checking for any hidden openings but finding none. After attempting to worship it, no coins emerged. In his impatience, he took the ruby outside to show others, only to wander into the depths of a dark forest. Lost and vulnerable, he searched for food and water when, suddenly, a lion attacked and killed him, mistaking the shimmering ruby for something delectable. The lion dragged off the ruby but could not consume it. Eventually, the lion rolled over to sleep. The next morning, a massive bear ambled into the scene. A fierce battle ensued between the lion and the bear, culminating in the bear's victory. The bear, curious, gifted the ruby to her cub to play with, clueless about its value. Days later, the sage Uchaya wandered near the bear's habitat. Spying the ruby, he pondered how it came to be there. By sprinkling holy water, he frightened off the bear and her cubs. Grabbing the ruby, the sage Uchaya returned to his ashram. As he meditated while holding it, he glimpsed everything that had transpired. The ruby began to glow once more, startling his students, who watched, captivated. The sage Uchaya cleansed the ruby and worshipped it, making it sacred again. When he did, the ruby bestowed an abundance of gold coins, previously held back from neglect. He shared the tale of how it came to him, astonishing his students. The sage Uchaya collected the gold coins alongside the sacred ruby and journeyed to the Patuve's home. Welcomed warmly, the Patuve offered the sage Uchaya food and hospitality. The sage Uchaya then revealed how he obtained the ruby and spoke of the fate of the Patuve's brother-in-law, leaving the wife in tears. The husband comforted her, their grief mingling with relief. As the sage Uchaya prepared to depart after giving gold and ruby, the Patuve asked for a favor. Can you return the sacred ruby to its original owner? The sage Uchaya responded, the divine Inaya gave you that ruby for a reason. You wish to part with it. The Patuve affirmed his decision, declaring reluctance to keep it after these revelations. The sage Uchaya smiled and agreed. Sitting down, the sage Uchaya began to meditate, and the Patuve and his wife joined him. Moments later, the divine Inaya appeared in their third eye. The sage Uchaya expressed gratitude for the encounter, while the couple folded their hands in prayer. The divine Inaya blessed them and engaged the Patuve in conversation. It's commendable that you wish to return the ruby after experiencing hardship. But how will you manage your daily struggles? The Patuve replied confidently, with the gold coins from the sage Uchaya, we will rebuild our lives. The divine Inaya nodded with approval, retrieving the ruby while blessing the Patuve with treasures before vanishing. Grateful, the Patuve offered his thanks to both the divine Inaya and the sage Uchaya. The sage Uchaya returned to his ashram, while the man, his wife, and children began a joyful new chapter in their lives.